Welcome back. We are learning more about the teenager who killed 19 children and 2 teachers at a Texas elementary school. And he reportedly had a poor relationship with his mother and had dropped out of high school ahead of his graduation. And his loved ones admitted that they had not spent much time with him because he was working outside of Uvalde. And former classmates say he had been bullied for a speech impediment, but former coworkers say he had an aggressive streak. He also posted pictures of his new guns on social media and sent messages to a girl in Germany saying he had a surprise, and then revealed he shot his grandmother. Clinical psychologist Dr. Justin DiOrenzo is joining us this morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. You know, unfortunately, we're talking about this topic.
It is, and you know, there was a lot of signs leading up to this. Can you tell us what is the mentality of a school shooter?
Sure. So psychologically, there are usually 3 classic types of people that would commit an atrocity like this. And it's usually a psychopathic person. So that's an antisocial person with no remorse, and they are seeking a vendetta. The other one is a paranoid psychotic person, so a paranoid schizophrenic or somebody with major depression and psychosis. And then the other part, which is clearly this person where they are chronically traumatized. So somebody with a history of chronic trauma where there's been abuse and teasing and bullying. Those three personalities are not mutually exclusive, but typically the first 2 are people from intact families that do undergo a series of stressors. But the third type is usually somebody from lower socioeconomic status and comes from a very dysfunctional family where there's police involvement and other behavioral issues. And I think based on what you have shared too this morning, he really meets the pattern of that third type of person. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean if you meet that personality type that you will commit this atrocity.
Right.
There's usually a series of other factors, again, multiple stressors that happen. And only after something like this happens do we see the entire story of how this played out.
And what were some other things that stood out to you about, you know, maybe a red flag about his personality that shouldn't have gone ignored?
Yeah, so certainly we have early on where he was being bullied in school and he ended up dropping out of school. But 3 days before the event, of course, posting those pictures of the assault rifles. But also he had tried to get a weapon a year ago, tried to get his sister to get a weapon. He was clearly fascinated with weapons. And then the cutting of his face. I mean, there is so many details here to the story. And this is why it's so important too for families to be involved and communities to be involved, because all these people that are reporting this information, they're all individuals and nobody knew the complete story. And that's why it's really important for parents to be working together, because parents are the only ones that really will know a complete story of all these things that are happening.
That's so true. And even the messages he sent to the girl in Germany, I mean, when someone sends you messages like that, or they start getting reclusive and have that fascination with weapons, at what point do you step in and tell someone? And who is someone that you could go tell?
Yeah, so there are a couple of avenues, and many of us have heard of the Baker Act, where somebody's held for 72 hours if anybody's concerned about somebody being a threat to themselves or to other people. You can call the police, and they will be psychiatrically hospitalized for 72 hours. The other thing is, in 19 states, including DC, we have these red flag laws where it's a risk protective order. But in Florida, only a police officer can petition the court to have somebody's gun removed, and then also prevent them from having other weapons. But unfortunately, in other states, families can petition the court. But you can always call law enforcement. You can always call a mental health person. There are many crisis lines. So the important thing is, if you see something, you hear something, we got to say something.
Yeah.
And the issue is there's this diffusion of responsibility, and we have optimism bias. We never think a bad thing's going to happen or somebody else will take care of it. We're all responsible. It's got to be a community effort.
That's so true. And you know, I feel like with past school shooters or mass shootings, there was always that hesitancy where people said, you know, there was red flags leading up and no one said anything or nothing was done. So definitely important to speak up if you do see something suspicious. Thank you so much, Dr. DiOrenzo, for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.